Hey everybody, today I'm going to be cutting my housings for my spline. It's going to go in my tie beams here, so I'm going to show y'all how I do that, because I try to get as tight a fit as I can, and with splines it's just tough. I mean, what's going to happen is literally you're going to take these two posts and they're going to come around and butt up next to each other, so you're trying to get this to line up as best you can, plus I'm going to have a post in between them. So you've got three joints that effectively need to be in a straight line, and that's a little tough to get. So I'm going to show you a trick I do to try to get that as straight as possible. So when marking that, as far as marking the housing for my spline, I could just simply come in and follow the contour here into my mark. Problem with that is, if this tie beam or either one of them have a bow in them, what you're going to run into is that may bow out this way, that one may bow the other way, and you're going to have to shave that housing quite a bit to make everything fit. So I'm trying to limit my gaps and make this joint as tight as I can. You can handle quite a bit of slop in these, at least for what I'm doing. But I'm trying to make it as tight as reasonably possible. So the way I do it is I'm going to put a mark here, I'm going to put a mark on the other end, and I'm going to take my chalk line and come in and snap that, and that's going to be my line. So that gives me a straighter shot between the two ends. Can it still be off? Yes, but I'm limiting any possible bows in that wood. I'm using the two end points and factoring out everything in between. That's the way I do it. If you've got a better idea, I am all ears. This is just my little method. Like I say, quite a few people just come in straight with a carpenter square, mark it off, mortise it out, call it a day. Nothing wrong with that. I've done it in the past. I'm trying to make this a little tighter fit. So this is my method. Hope it helps. Let's get started. So now I'm going to measure just to confirm. That is about dead on. There we go. That looks good. So rinse and repeat on this one. I'm going to come back and put an actual line over it instead of just the chalk, make it a little bit easier, but for now it's good enough. Spot check this one too. That's about perfect. So I now have my measurements. I've got my lines laid out. I'm going to come in and darken these up. I'll do that with the movie magic here, and I'm going to mark off my width, and let's get started. Full mortise. When I was a younger man, I used to think marking off with an X what you were going to cut was stupid. How could you ever cut something you didn't mean to? As I am older, I have figured out that happens. Somebody comes by and interrupts you, and you forget what you were doing, come back and cut the wrong thing. So mark off. You'll always get interruptions. Makes life a lot easier. So get everything marked off. I've double checked my measurements several times to make sure I get the proper width, proper length for my spline to go in. Everything looks good. I'm going to come back with my circular saw, cut the line out so I don't get any tear out when I come in with a mortiser. Same thing on that one. I'm going to block this off and go in with my chisel, and again prevent tear out that way. Same thing on that one. Mortise time. Okay, got a clamp down. This is a little taller. I'm using regular sawhorses. As you can see, this is pretty tall. I'm 6'1" and this is up there. So if you're ever building you one to use for a chain mortiser, you want this to be probably about a foot shorter than your standard sawhorses you buy at Lowe's, Home Depot, etc. All right, so let's set our depth, get her done. Come on. Alright, depth is set. I'm going to go fire up the generator and let's get this ball rolling. Safety squints and hearing protection engaged. And that's how we do it. I got to go in and clean this up and shave it down with my chisel. Make sure that the gaps are, as far as the width is proper all the way down using it. Other than that, that's it. Worked like a charm. I can say one thing, my next video is going to be sharpening this thing. It's a little on the dull side. If you saw me, but you got the back plate off so I can get this thing out of the way, it's annoying. And dropping this down and then running it as I pull it through, has to get the cups out of the bottom. I'll clean that up fully with a chisel, but generator's off. So, but it's like anything, this is a chainsaw bar, so it's rounded on the end. When it goes down, it's going to have cups. So I try to get out most of the high spots by pushing all the way down, turn it on, and just dragging it through. Works pretty well for me. Y'all take it easy. Bye now.